John wanna be a star, but he said I can't star in a movie, so I choose to view the movie. Today we'll be discussing Predator Badlands. It's a movie directed by Don Trachtenberg, 2025 Disney, and to some people it's mind blowing. To some people it doesn't worth the budget. But today we are not to talk about how or why it didn't match the budget or why it exceeds the expectation of people. No, we are to discuss about the emotional aspect of the story, which is the four basic or major betrayals that shaped the story. So let's discuss how these betrayals were told through cinematic shots and angles. Number one being the betrayal from Queen. Oh, that is the brother of Deck to his clan and his father. He betrayed his father when his father asked him to kill his brother Deck for being weak. But he didn't do that. Yeah, so how was this position? In that very scene, we noticed that his father was always shot on a low angle, medium wide, or close up. And as for Quay and Deck, you see that in this three shots or wide shot now it was positioned, the director and the cinematographer positioned these characters hierarchy, because you look at the father is kind of higher though he's closer to the camera angle, yeah, and where he's positioned a kind of, yeah, lower to him but still not that weak, and the weakest person who is being talked about here and kind of not belonging to the clan, which is Deck, is positioned somewhere off the frame, kind of off the frame, if you see, yeah, and made look little because he, he's totally powerless and about to be executed. Then during the time of execution, you see that kind of a high angle shot which has where his sword above placed above Deck, and Deck's eyes already looking up, kind of in the middle of realization and also betrayal. Am I to be killed by my own brother? You understand? Or will he betray my father to save me? And at the end, we betrayed or his father and the tradition of the clan to save his own brother. That is where we see the betrayal, and it's actually the turning point of the story because it was then that Deck had to, yeah, said to himself, I must return with a calyx. Yeah, that is actually the promise that he made to queer his brother. So because of that, he said, I must return with it. I must return. You understand? Because even his their own father is also afraid of it, but he's the weakest. How he's going to return with it? You understand? So it was actually that moment, that betrayal that shaped Deck to who he became, or who to realize who he really is or how strong he really is. Yeah, the second betrayal happened in that scene. A father killing his own son because of tradition and kind of sovereignty and power to defend the clan. So when he said, "Oh, to forgive weakness." Sorry, to forgive weakness is to show weakness. That is, for Quay to forgive his brother Deck, he has shown his weak. So he had to execute Quay. You understand? It's a cool query. And mind you, Deck has already been locked, sent to a kind of place, and I felt it was a kind of to hide him from his father, or to prevent him from being killed. But we are not going to look into that because I felt his father also had the power to execute execute Deck if he wanted, but for the sake of continuity, they had to leave that aspect there and close it up with uh other shots. So let's move to the next betrayal. The third betrayal is Tia's betrayal to the Wayland. Tia is actually lady or the robot. I call it a robot, and also a twin. Oh yeah, a twin who helped Deck all through the journey to achieve his mission, and who Deck actually promised that if I get my trophy, you will be the first to say it. You'll be the first to say it. So, she betrayed her company by letting Deck go. when he was captured, because the company was also in the same mission to get the same trophy which Deck was looking for. So, but instead of helping the company cage Deck, he let Deck go. And if you check in that very moment where he told him to run, to leave, you understand, you see that this kind of unstable, okay, look at the shot, unstable camera movement, yeah, like shaky camera movement, show that this is purely handheld. That is to show that this is a moment she moved from being, from who she was programmed to be, that is a robot, to being a human. You're saying this kind of unstable, this is not who she is or who she was programmed to be. But and because of emotion and that thing which she already had with Deck, or she had to run away from who she was meant to be and acted like a woman, which led to the escape of Deck. And later on, Deck came back to save her. And there was kind of there's a particular scene. Okay, look at this scene. This scene where Deck, I was kind of emotionally betrayed by Deck. Yeah, Deck was actually calling her too. And if you see this scene, she was she was in danger. Then Deck ran away and told her, "Save yourself, you too." You understand? Save yourself, you too. I was kind of emotionally betrayed by Deck. I was like, is he really the protagonist? He shouldn't be this. He shouldn't be this rude to someone who have been helping you all this while. You understand? And you also notice that in relationship between Deck and Tia, from the beginning, Deck wanted to fight the fight, to fight this fight alone. But Tia made him understand that you still need someone.
You're not
But
alone.
because of
I'm
pride,
with you.
yeah, because of pride, he still didn't accept that. He will always say you are a two. And he won't accept that you are helping me to fight this fight. He said, I fight my fight alone. Yeah, I fight my fight alone. You are a two. You understand? So moving on to the final the final betrayal scene, which I can say is probably the most important, or the one that crowns that crowned the story. It's Deck's betrayal to his clan and to his father's clan. Yeah, to his father's clan and also his father as well. He betrayed his father. So then coming for the face off. You will notice, I noticed that there's kind of when showing Deck coming. Yeah, look at the shot. Showing Deck coming, they gave kind of little headroom. Oh yeah, there's pretty much headroom above Deck's head, and when his father was shown coming, you will see that he filled the frame. There was no headroom. He was still dominating and still had that supremacy. You understand? Before the fight, then you notice that in these two shots, which is also a wide shot, yeah, these wide two shots between them, you see that Deck is placed kind of left hand side of his dad, which is a sign of departure. You understand? Because if it is he is to be in the same line with his father and the same clan, it was supposed to be kind of a centered shot. He's supposed to be in center. Yeah, he's supposed to be in the center or middle of the shot, but he was placed a kind of left sided to show that he's kind of moving off the frame, which is a, a sign of departure. Yeah, which is a sign of departure. So it was actually a nice one to tell the story of what's going to happen. I'm no longer here. I don't want to belong here, and I want to build my own clan. And that was actually what happened at the end. So the betrayal was when his father said, "You, the son who survives. So it's your time to take your place in the clan." So you're like, "I'm no longer interested. I have my own clan. Yeah, I want to build my own clan." And you notice that there's kind of the camera made pulled out from his face. Yeah, that's actually from editor. Yeah, the editor actually put out immediately to show his father's face. That is kind of, I'm out to me. Yeah, I'm out. And showing his father's face, who received the betrayal. before the other element came to uh, chop off his head. So, like I said, if you if you find this helpful or kind of educative, oh, just love what you saw, please consider subscribing to encourage us to do more videos. We will be dropping weekly. Yeah, making more videos, interesting videos, reviews, and kind of analytics from not only cinematography perspective, but yeah, angle movies. So subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification bell to always get notified whenever we post a new video. Yeah, drop your comments up on what you think about this, or if you think that we missed or I missed or a scene or another betrayal scene which you think is necessary, like was is highly noticeable. I think you should just consider dropping it in sharing your view in the comment section. Yeah, until next time, I remain Johnny Francis Mokoro. Thank you so much. Bye.